Now, from the home of golf, EA Sports, so proud to welcome you to the Old Course at St. Andrews. Rich Lerner up in the tower, pleased to be joined as always by Frank Nobilo. And Frank, we cannot talk about the Old Course without talking about bunkers. 112 of them in all. We know they can derail around, so what's the key to avoiding them?
You just mentioned it, really avoid those bunkers. They're beautifully positioned. You know, if they're downwind, you'd be surprised. The ball can run 60 or 70 yards. So you might be wondering why that bunker's down there, and then all of a sudden you find it. So just keep your eyes open. But yeah, hey, it's a beautiful walk, and that's really the way golf was invented and should be played, especially at St. Andrews. Woo, Nelly, that one whizzes past the hole. Difficult putt coming now.
Okay, a misstep or two getting to this point, but it is a good putt there to save par here at the first. This one working up the right side.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
So after the fortunate kick, his second to the par 4. Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. It is early, but he kind of needed that one. Had to take advantage here, and he did just that. So good work, and he's 1 under through 2. This looks really good. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Oh, this one is tracking. It's on a good line. Look out. This one could be really good. Come on. What a putt that was from long distance. It drops for an eagle. Well done. You might be asking, why have so many of golf's greatest course architects drawn from the Old Course? Well, here's a good example. It's about the options. Couple of ways to get after a hole. You can take a risk and you would be rewarded by going toward that narrow valley on the right. But there's always a price to pay. Safer play is to go for the plateau on the left. Again, all about options at the Old Course. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. A little under 90 yards left here for his second.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Come on, you can't leave it that short, can you? Okay, probably was expecting a little more from this hole after the big drive, but he does walk away with a par. Well, here's a real scoring opportunity. The first par 5 on the front side at St. Andrews, the 5th hole. It's only 514 yards. That greenhouse, this is a football field deep. The key here, yet again, avoiding the big bunkers. They're called the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee. If you do that, you'll have a great chance to get home in 2.
That tee shot chewed off an enormous amount on this par 5. Easily reachable for 2 now.
Now, from way down there, a good look at a second to the par 5. Unbelievable. That is an albatross. That is 3 under the par of the hole. Better, folks, even than a hole-in-one on a par 3. Time to celebrate. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Ball sitting okay here for his second here at the 6th. Oh, that ball releases beautifully, and that is how you do it. Chance now for another birdie. If only they could all be that short. Very well played there, and it results in an easy birdie. One of the really beautiful aspects of playing links golf is you're oftentimes aiming at something so far off in the distance. Maybe it's a church steeple, or in this case, maybe it's a little left of the flag at number 11, and we're playing the 7th hole. The key, you want to avoid that shell bunker, which is short of the putting surface. Oh, that is way right. A little too much roll on the back end there, and this is going to wind up diving into the heavy stuff. The lie is not a friendly one, but still a chance to get on in 2 with a good shot here. This is an 11-foot putt. Ah, the line. Perfect there, and that's in for a birdie. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
Okay, center of the green. Good shot. He ran in a long one a moment ago. This as well from downtown for another birdie. Oh, that is a picture of class right there. A tee shot on the green, and then a long putt goes down for birdie. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. So after putting it on this par 4 in one, a chance now, albeit a long one, for eagle. This one's tracking on a very good line. Look out. Oh, another thunderbolt right there. What a putt. And he can't seem to do anything wrong in this round. Wow. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year, and he retired, by the way, at the age of 28. And then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. Now this for another birdie. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Now to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand. And that race is right on by. 11 feet away. That had a pretty good line. Very close to going in. There's only 3 numbers you want to see on this kind of a hole. 1, 2, or 3, and he's left with 4 after the tap in. Here we are now at one of the very best short par 4s in golf. 316-yard 12. Hidden bunkers lurking all over the fairway. So the safe move is to go with a long iron down the left side, leaving a short approach. Oh, this is going to be way down there. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Come on, are you kidding? A third eagle of the round? That is not something you see every day, I promise you. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
This one looks right on point. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Chance now for another birdie. Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Man, oh man, Frank, it is one thing to stack pars on a scorecard, but eagles, this is an incredible performance.
Well, I'm used to birdie feasts, but eagle feasts? I didn't think you could do that.
Well, this one is looking good. Could it be? Oh, my goodness, that is not fair at all. What a putt from that distance. That did everything but go in the hole. Okay, that nothing more than a tap, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. That brings in those little bunkers called robs, and they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
Let's bring in Nota Begay the third for a look at birdie.
And he seemingly had no problem with his reads all round long, so this shouldn't be too difficult.
Slow down. Okay, that'll run about 4 feet by. Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16. Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder, how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb.
All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. Here we go. This one for birdie. Nope. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see there's a little sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side. This hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short. You find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
This from about 10 feet. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Frankie, stand on the tee here at 18, and history is staring you right in the face.
Yeah, you have the Rusacks Hotel on the right, the Dunvegan over the back, the RNA building. Just standing there, you're reminded of how far this great game has come, and all these hundreds of years, I guess, in the future, and where will the game be then?
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range.
Really, it's a waste after that tee shot. Just very average approach.
Now this for another birdie.
Well, I've really been impressed with how he's handled the speed on the greens, but this one is going to be a tester down the hill.
Oh, that is a beauty in for birdie here at the last. And that final birdie means that this will be a round of 58. Incredible. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
Yeah,